Hey guys, Fortuna here. I'm here to do another breakdown of another hole out at Riverbends Park. Today we're doing hole number 1. So let's go play. Alright, so hole number 1 is 381 feet. Today it's slightly windy. There's a little bit of a headwind going on here. So with this shot, I'm just looking to play for the 3. We're going with the backhand hyzer. I'm taking something that's a little faster for me that's going to go left. And the hole, it's got a little drop off at the end of it. You'll see part of it in the video here. This sets up for a straight shot at the bucket. So we're taking a mid-range here. Here you can see a little zoom in on the bucket. But again, we're going to be taking a mace. And I'm just looking to, again, get the 3. Not trying to do anything fancy. Just toss it up there and make a putt. And I do a pretty good job of blocking these first couple shots, unfortunately, but you're going to see where this ends up. It's right next to the bucket. So I mean, a nice little tap in 3 is always nice. Putting is always essential, but when you don't have to putt on a hole, that's always good. Alright, so for the next shot here, we're going with the opposite throw. We're going with the sidearm. This hole plays a little more difficult for the sidearm, in my opinion. The trees on the right come into play a little more. But here we're going to try to play it in a way to get the easiest 3 possible. So we're taking a felon, kind of chucking it towards the tree there. And then not try to get real close to that tree line. So we're going to take the same disc here. We're going to try to pitch it into the little cove right around the tree's edges. You'll see here. This one comes up just a hair short of the bucket, but we're still within the circle. It's kind of hard to see where the disc lands, but I have a little insert here showing you where it landed. That tree doesn't really come too much into play. There's a direct line to the bucket. We're within 25 feet. It should be a pretty easy make, as you see there. Alright, so there's a couple different ways to play that hole for the easy par for the intermediate or recreational player, in my opinion. That seems pretty straightforward. There is a hill behind it, but that doesn't really seem to come into play too much, as long as you're playing it pretty safe and not trying to do anything fancy like throw it in or anything like that. It's just basically hyzer straight shot or hyzer, and then just like everybody else, you got to make your putt. If you can't putt, then you're not getting your par or anything. Alright, so let's go take a look from a pro perspective. They're probably wanting to get the birdie on this hole. I mean, it's just under 400 feet. It's not really a crazy line or anything like that, so let's go take a look at how you can achieve this. Alright, so here we're trying to take a more direct approach with a little bit of headwind. I'm throwing a fairway driver. I'm throwing the west side stag. And I'm just looking to throw it a little flat and have it ride over into the little cove. I actually get a pretty good shot off here. My buddy Fred walks into the view a little bit, but you can actually see the whole flight and where it was going towards the end there. He didn't really black out all of everything. And this hole does look like it plays better for the sidearm. I show you a couple different shots, both backhand. But the reason that I don't throw sidearm is that it's pretty easy to kind of end up in the right stuff there, and it's no fun. But here you can see that this disc ended up actually parked, and it's just a nice little tap in for birdie there. And then we're just going to go ahead and throw the same shot again. And this time I don't really get it all the way over. It ends up just kind of, it doesn't fall left, it just kind of stays straight a little bit right. But we're going to show you where this ends up, because it's nowhere crazy. On this hole, it's better to be long of the pin and left, even if you hyzer out, because it's much easier to get a 3, again, rather than being in the right stuff where you're really lucky to even get out and then have a look at the bucket. You're most likely struggling to get your par, most likely even just bogeying the hole. It's hard to see the disc here, though. I got a little insert again to where you can see it. The bush kind of hinders the way, but we are just on the inside of the circle, And you do have to kind of pitch it over to make the putt, but this is much easier, again, than trying to fight your way to get a par. Alright, so there you have it, guys. Hole number 1 at Riverbends Park. A complete breakdown. I'm pretty happy with how everything turned out. Hopefully that's something that you enjoyed. I know this video is a little longer, but I wanted to try to give you guys a little more information and a few extra shots as to not necessarily the perfect shot that comes off, but even one that's just slightly off, and a couple different ways to even play the hole for the intermediate player and all that. So again, hopefully this is something that you enjoyed. I really like doing this one, and I really want to do more, so I'm going to. The toboggan course for AmNats is going in this week. I'm actually going out tomorrow with Fred to go film some more shots and a couple hole breakdowns, because that'd be a really cool course to go and record. So we'll be out there tomorrow doing that. Again, go ahead and check out discbaron.com. Use my PDGA number and get a nice 5% discount. They have some really cool stuff on the site, and we will see you next time.